Hi everyone, welcome back to Makeup with Allegra, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a burned hand. This is something fun that I like to do a lot of, this is my most favorite thing to do, is a burned hand. So I already kind of started so that way we have a base so it dries faster. So basically what I have on my hand right now, just as like a base before we get into the whole thing, is paper towel with latex. It's completely dry. I put it all over my hand. So basically we're making a glove out of it. You can do the back side of it. I didn't because I'm just going for a simple like on top effect, you know. But you can make your whole hand into a glove. Make sure it's fully dry, and then you can get like a makeup brush or something and just put it underneath to kind of help, like, you're gonna have to lift this up and it's probably gonna hurt. One of the ways to make it so it doesn't hurt when you hollow the inside out, so that way it's like a big pocket, is by using a glue stick. Surprisingly, that works. I didn't think so. This might not be the best thing for to use, like on hair, when you put latex on hair. Probably is not the best thing, but it works really well, so it's not so painful to take it off. So like right now, I'm just simply trying to hollow the inside out with a makeup brush. You can use anything really to just help hollow the inside out. And so we're just gonna hollow it out. I'm not gonna do it all the way to the fingers because that's just to give it texture for the burnt effect. I'm just gonna hollow it out so that way I can make the effect, like I can peel it back and you'll see the inside of my skin. Yeah, so it will be very nice. But I'm just gonna show you, give you examples. So to do the glove part, get your paper towel, whatever, and get your latex and a sponge. I'm gonna get some of that latex just to show you how to get the glove started. We're going to put the latex all over in one place. And then we're gonna grab that paper towel and we're going to simply put it right on top of that. Now it doesn't have to be a perfect shape. Just make sure to cover it, and then once you put that paper towel on, you're going to grab some more latex and you're going to put it right on top. Now usually to make a glove, at least for me, like you can do one layer of it depending on how thick the paper towel is. For me, I like to do at least 1 to 3 layers. 3 might be a little too much, but you know, if you want to get more of that wrinkly, burnt skin effect, this is a great way to. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just cover the whole top layer. This was just one layer I had on before. It was just one layer, so we're just gonna completely cover it and give it just another layer to make sure it's all good. And I'm just gonna make sure I get it on the fingers as well. So we have, you know, it's not just on your hand because that would look weird. So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep applying this, and then the next thing we're gonna be doing, which you are going to need scar wax, homemade scar wax, or just a scar wax you got from your store. This one, and that's gonna like make like the border, sort of like the border of where it's gonna end, like where you got the skin, peeled it up, you know. So we're gonna get to that next. I'm just gonna make sure this is completely covered because, you know, I want to get that full effect in. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing, just making sure this is fully covered. And you want to make sure it's fully dry, so it's not just, so you're not using any wet latex, because it might roll up on the bottom, and you want that like little extra room so you can peel it back, like I said, for like the effect of it. So you want to make sure not to like it rolled up on mine a little, so the way to fix that, if it's rolled up too much and you don't like how it looks like that and you want it to be more like all the way down to your wrist so you can peel it up, then here is how you do that to fix that, because I know I have that issue myself. So we're just gonna do that. There you go, fully covered. So to fix this part, because it's like all rolled back and I want it more down, what you're gonna do is simply grab a paper towel. This is gonna be kind of hard to do, especially if you're doing this on yourself, but we're gonna cut some more of this, a good amount, and we're gonna make the skin again. So I'm just gonna kind of attach it to what's already there, and we're not putting latex on the bottom, so it's not that hard to take off. We're gonna grab latex and just cover it on top and connect it to the top of the skin. And we're gonna cover the bottom. Now, it's fine if it gets underneath it, it's just kind of to help so you don't have to keep hollowing it out. So I'm gonna do that for this side so it's even all the way around. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit more, do the same thing, like that. Yeah. Boom, just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing, apply the latex. Latex is the best thing for this right now. So latex is the main thing we're using for this makeup wound. It's the main thing for this. So like I said, just make sure it's the way you want it to be. So I'm gonna do one more layer on the extra skin we added, so that way it's all good. So we're just gonna add just one more layer so it's nice and thick, and it's good. It's ready to go. So we're just gonna, oh, that was a perfect piece. Do one more layer and then we should be good to go to move on to the scar wax part. So yeah, so usually before I used to do scar wax before the latex part, but when you need to do it quickly, it's actually pretty nice to do the latex first and then do the scar wax, so that way it gives this time to dry, so you don't have to like sit there and just wait for this to dry, because that takes too long. So yeah, so I think that should be good to go. So we're gonna let that dry and move on to the scar wax. So make sure to have your scar wax and make sure you have no latex on your fingers, because that's gonna make it difficult. So I'm gonna grab my scalpel, we're just gonna call it that because it looks like it, and we're gonna grab some of the scar wax, and this is when it's gonna be fun. And you're gonna wanna have your Vaseline here as well, because that helps blend it out for this. So like I said, this is gonna be kind of the border to show when the peeling starts, give it that illusion. So we're just gonna flatten this piece out so it's like this nice like long piece, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on our wrist, and we're mainly gonna put it like, give it enough room in between. So I'm going to do that, put it right, like just that amount of space is good for it, not too close and not too far away from it. We're gonna grab some Vaseline, and this is what's gonna help blend this on out. We're just gonna blend it, use your fingers or the scalpel, you can use either of them. So we're just gonna blend this out, and it might look weird if you have arm hair up close, but do not worry because the coloring part of it will make it blend in more, so it's not like so weird. I mean, when your arm's burned, you're literally not gonna have hair. I mean, so that's not anything to worry about when you're doing this, so don't worry about that. And then at the edges of the scar wax, you're gonna want to like thin it out so it looks like all like thin and weird and like a little curled up. And yeah, so after you get your scar wax on the way that you want to, I'm gonna finish the rest of it, but once you get it on, you're going to add latex, just tap it around it to secure it in place so you're not like having to worry about it falling off. And yeah, so we're just gonna finish doing this, flatten it out, put it on and blend it out. Make sure to use that Vaseline. So we're just gonna grab it, blend, and it looks so pretty. That little skin peeling up is the best. We love it. So it's starting to peel, like it's starting to be weird on that side. So we're gonna go ahead and add the latex to kind of give it that effect. What you can do though, here's the trick. If your scar wax is too thin at the edge and it's like fall, like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's fanned out and it looks weird, it doesn't look natural, like burned skin. If you want to keep it down against your skin, use latex underneath the scar wax to keep it in place. So we're going to use the other side of this, grab some, and he's going to put a little bit, just a little bit of it, and just hold it down a little bit, and it will keep it down. So it to me, it makes a big change and a big difference, so it's not like you have to worry about it like staying like up and fanned down, like, it looks weird, but it's a great way to keep it down so it's not like just up in the air and it looks weird. So we're just gonna do that, and then once I have it the way I want it to and the best it can be at being blended out, doesn't have to be too perfect on the blending. If it has some bumps and stuff, perfect, adds to that burn effect. So now add that latex to lock it in place. So we're gonna grab my beauty sponge thingy, yeah. And we're just gonna tap it all around the wrist, and then if you want, you can use your finger to help kind of dry it. And it's just to give it that little thing to lock it in place, so you don't gotta worry about it moving anywhere. Just like that. And then you just let that sit and dry. So I'm just gonna make sure to get the other side done, so you don't gotta worry about that. And this should be, almost dry. Like it's at that tacky point, so it should be almost dry to get started. So I'm just gonna make sure to finish this side. I'm just gonna blend this real quick. You can see this probably a lot better as in blending. And like all those bumps you don't have to worry about. Just like that. And then thin it out at the edges. Make sure it's not too fanned out. Add some latex onto it to conceal it. And we are about good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna check up on our glove. Like I said, it's a bit tacky, but at this point when it's tacky like this, you can just get a brush and just kind of mess it up. You can try to pick it up a little bit, just kind of like mess this whole thing up so it looks burnt, like you got a lot of wrinkles in there. You can just go crazy with it, add some holes into it. Every wrinkle of this is perfect for the thing, and even you can get your scalpel. Be careful with it. And you're just gonna, like, even just grabbing it and putting it together will add to it, because you're just like pinching the wrinkles together, just like that. I don't know if you can really see that, but it helps. This is gonna work. This is the way to do it. So now we're gonna grab our skin, see how it's doing. It's like having a little opening. We're gonna put this in and make sure none of my skin or hair is like, it's stuck to the glove. So now we have that little opening, and we're gonna open it all the way to the other side. Pick it up, and we have that little pocket there. So it's not that much, but just so, like, if you take a video of it or you want to show somebody, it could be like, oh, I'm just trying to make sure this is good. So you can, like, go up to people and just be like, look underneath. But, like, yeah, so you have the opening for the blood, and this is all going to be blood underneath, so be ready for that. So now it's time for coloring. So we're going to get the coloring done. I'm going to add just a little bit more latex onto the scar wax, just so that keeps it from peeling away. Because you just have those days where it's just like dry and it's just like, it just keeps peeling away. Like, you have those days. So time for the coloring. So we have body cream, and I didn't think to open this. There we go. We have our body cream. What did I just say? We have our, oh my god, the word just left my brain. These are the colors we're going to be using to decorate and color the burnt hand. I have my alcohol palette here and the cream paints. And I like to do a mixture of them. Just, I don't know, it gives it more of that effect, like alcohol-based colors, like this palette I have. It has those reds, those orange that look really good, but this body paint palette has good reds and yellows for this, so we're kind of just gonna go with it and do like a little bit of both. So we're gonna add some of this to the orange and reds, and a little bit of that yellow on the alcohol paint. Going to douse our brush in it, and it's time to color. So we're just gonna start applying it, and as you can see, it like gets into those little crevices, those little spots in the thing. So I'm gonna just put it down, tap it out with my finger. You can use a sponge or whatever, and we're just gonna go crazy. Just add it all over. Like, you can just like wipe it all. Like, we're doing that. So now we're gonna do this as our base with the reds. I feel like the reds will look good. We're just gonna get all the way underneath in our hand. We're gonna get all up here. Maybe just use our fingers to kind of blend it out. You're gonna have that. It's okay. Like, you're probably gonna have to use scissors. Not scissors. You're probably gonna have to find a way to separate your fingers so they don't get stuck together. But for me, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So we're just gonna continue applying on my whole hand, my whole burnt hand here. So we're just gonna get all the way underneath, on the sides, everywhere, and making that come to life. We love it. As you can see, I'm not really caring at this point. I'm just kind of just putting it everywhere. And that's like, it's just to get the base started so we have something to build off of. Because if it's just like, if you're just going with like a red body paint, it's, I don't know, for me, I get like a weird finished look. Like it's all weird, and it's like dark in one spot. I don't know, it's just weird to me. So for me, I like to use a base color. So even if it's just like just a simple base color, we're using it. So now we're getting down to the skin that's up. I'm just gonna do that. Make sure to get all of your skin, your new skin, your new skin. I'm just gonna check to make sure that the bottom of it is painted. And now that we have our base color, and at the like end of your skin, if it gets on your your actual hand underneath the glove, that's fine, because we're gonna kind of give it a little run through with the paint. So that way, because like if you wanna, what we're gonna do, and this is the easiest way to get some paint under there, get alcohol paint and just start putting it underneath, putting the paint underneath in the pocket. You don't have to do your whole hand underneath, it's just so when you lift it up and you see it coloring. So just to give it something, a base. I'm gonna go all the way underneath, just like that. And then we're using a lot of alcohol paint. We're gonna go in on the scar wax, and we're just kind of putting on the tip. Now for the scar wax, do not worry about it. Don't worry about having to make it perfect blend. We're just gonna bring it all the way down and blend it out once we get to our actual skin. Because when you get a burned hand, it's pretty gross. We're just gonna help blend it out, and we're just gonna do that for the whole side of our hand. So we're just gonna do that. And we're just gonna finish doing that, blend it on out, and so now that we have our base color for the glove and for the arm, we're gonna go ahead and get better detail with the color. So for what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in, I'm running out of my activator. So we're just gonna go in with a little bit of this yellow that we have here and mix it with the orange. And we're gonna start adding those little yellow spots. You gotta add them, give them that infected burn effect. So we're just gonna add some yellow all around it in different spots. Doesn't have to be the whole hand, just in different spots. I usually go for the spots that haven't been fully covered with the base. So just go ahead and add that yellow. Just add it everywhere. Go for it. Because that's what I'm doing for this. Just adding that yellow, giving it something. And now that we have our yellows down, we are running out of this. Okay, we're gonna take this off, and we're gonna pour the rest just into, come on, there we go. Add some more, there you go. And now we're gonna go in with the brown. This brown shade is going to be the way, be the thing that we need. So we're just gonna put this brown, and I like this brownish red for this burn, because it gives you definitely that effect of it. So we're just gonna put this, and even it like, I mean, try not to put it like right on top of the yellow spots, but I'm definitely gonna be putting it like all around it. Oh, I just went to the wrong color. It's okay. So we're gonna grab just the extra, and we're just gonna add the brown all over my hand. I'm gonna add just a little bit more, probably the rest of the activator that I have in the brown, because that's the color I really use for this whole thing. And now we're just gonna make sure it's all blended. Yeah, this is the one I like to do. I love doing this. I love doing this burn. So we're going to do that. And I should have gotten enough of it, like, covered the whole burn. So this is what it's looking like, looking pretty nasty. You can see this one's like a little bit more white, so I'm gonna go in with the brown some more. Gonna get the rest of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more of this. I don't know what I was trying to do with that. But we're gonna get it, and we're going to cover this one because it just looks pink, and I don't like it. I don't like that it looks pink. And just like that. Looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna close the alcohol paint. I'm gonna go to the body paint, and with the body paint, that's rock solid. With the body paint, we're gonna go in with the brown that's in this one and the red, and we're going to go ahead and make some of those more bold, dark spots on it. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna get some more of that brown, and we're just gonna cover this. Just add those little like dark areas of the burn, and we're gonna grab some of this blue. We're not now this is gonna be very vibrant, but we're gonna add just little dark spots, and it's gonna be like those that little like, I don't know, like that darkness, that burn right on top. So it's very like subtle. So we're just gonna kind of more like fan it on top, just to give it that black, like that dark burnt effect all over. I'm gonna put it on this finger, just those spots, because you have those dark spots, and this is really what's gonna bring it alive. So we're just gonna do this all over the whole thing, just like so. And I like how this looks. I like it a lot. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit more coloring to the bottom with the scar wax. Just a little bit of that. Add just a little bit of that black bluish color on the edge of the scar wax, because you know, like it burned off, like our skin is pulling back. And what I like to do is get the excess color and just fan it and bring it down, or spray it down just like so. And we're just doing that all around, just to give it the effect. And even just to get it underneath, because I didn't do the whole underneath of my arm, because we're just doing it from the top of the burn. So I'm just gonna make sure to get the bottoms of it. So if I just put my hand like this, you can't see it. So I'm just gonna make sure to get that done real quick. Trying to get that coloring. Just fan it down, and I'm just gonna make sure I like how this looks. I'm gonna grab just a little bit more of that brown mixed with the blue color. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of it I'm just trying to get this blended all the way down my arm. So just like that, and I think I'm happy with how the burned coloring came out. So this is what it looks like. It's, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So now we're gonna add the blood for underneath it. So this is the fun part. So, okay. So we're gonna use my little thing here, and this latex is dry, so we're just gonna pour the blood. So I have this blood here. It's blood gel. We're going to pour just a little bit on the thing, so hopefully I don't make a whole mess. And this is gonna be the fun part. This is gonna be the fun part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the scalpel, and we're just gonna grab a little bit on there, and we're gonna start putting it in the pocket. We're just gonna kind of just spread it on. So it's not gonna be too clumpy just yet because we're just making sure to get it all on there. And we're just gonna spread it on out. And I don't like to add any clumps or any thickness to it, just because it's supposed to look like underneath your skin. So that's what we're gonna make sure not to have happen for this, and just continue applying the blood underneath it. Yes, I'm loving how this is looking. So we're just gonna make sure to get all underneath, just like so. You might need to get some more blood for this, but yeah, let me get some more blood, and then we will be done with this burned hand. Oh gosh, that might have been way too much blood. But we're gonna make this work, so we're just gonna apply like so. So you see that coloring, that's what we're looking for. Just gonna make sure to get all in there. And even underneath the skin, make sure we have a good amount underneath the skin. And underneath the scar wax, of course. We want this to be extra interesting. So we're just gonna make sure real quick to get all on there. I'm gonna put some right on the paper towel underneath, because yeah, we're just gonna make sure to do that. And there you go. So when your hand's just like this, you can peel it on back and see it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to grab my beauty blender, and we're just gonna get that blood on there and just spread it all on the scar wax. I'm just gonna do that real quick. So this blood isn't that thick, and that's what I like about this for this makeup book, is because it's not too crazy and it's pretty simple. So you can add as much blood, you can make it thicker if you want. For me, I just like adding this blood because it's not thick at all, and I just like how simple it is for this. So yeah, so we're just gonna add just a little bit on top, just a little bit of that blood, the excess, give it that shimmer, a little shimmer, you know. And I'm just gonna do a final coat of this blood, and we are officially done. So yeah, so that is how you make your burned hand. So just to get a final look at this, when you see the burn, like if you see up close, you see that separation in the skin and the scar wax, and it looks pretty good, you know. And then like you can peel up your skin to show underneath, and like underneath how it looks like you just peeled your skin right off. Yeah, so that's how you make a burned hand. We love it. So that's how you do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you loved making this burn hand with me. And I'd love to see your guys' makeup looks on Instagram. So you can go ahead and tag me in your post, and I would love to see what you guys come up with. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you guys today. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.